The good, the bad, and the odd. It's a thing.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd with your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
So today we are covering two films, which is kind of unusual for us, but they're kind of paired. It's Mortal Kombat from 1995 and Mortal Kombat from 2021, which I think you watched twice in the end, right? Because you watched them before I got to.
Yeah, I watched it with a friend, and I watched the old one like ages ago.
Oh, so. Okay. So it wasn't too recent for the first one. Okay. So, based on the video game, which is, fairly well known, was it the very first? I think it was the first side-scrolling fighting game.
It was its own genre. By the point Mortal Kombat came along, you had Street Fighter, you had
Street Fighter, that's it, yeah,
a bunch.
And of course, we covered Street Fighter, which was kind of fun. This was made, I think Street Fighter was 80s, right? This was made 1995. Right, we'll do the first one first, anyway. 1995. So, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, who gets a lot of stick online for being
well-deserved stick, I will say.
No, I have to say I like some of his films. I think it's a little unkind. His standouts, the really good ones, I'd say, are Event Horizon and Soldier, right? Those are his best. But after that, he kind of went into Resident Evil mode, didn't he? And made loads of Resident Evil films, which we've covered, and are okay. They do degrade over time, and they go a bit nuts as well. He also made Alien vs Predator, which we kind of liked. I think it's a good, bad, and odd Hall of Fame, in fact. In addition, he made the Death Race movie, and I think produced the sequels to that. And I quite like those. Those are quite kind of cool. Death Race has got Jason Statham in the first one, and then Matt Goss, or maybe it's Luke Goss in the sequels. I quite like them. They're kind of fun. They're kind of gritty prison dramas centered around a race where a lot of people die, basically. Right? He's made some other films that I haven't seen. He made Pompeii, the disaster film Pompeii. I've not seen it. He did a version of the Three Musketeers. Not seen it. But recently we have watched another one of his, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, which was okay.
So I think he's better than people make out. But all right, it's not classics. I think Event Horizon and Soldier, as I said, is kind of the closest he got to making a really, really good film. And in fact, I'd say both of them are really, really good films, actually. But that's his kind of wheelhouse. So he made the Mortal Kombat, right? Okay, which we'll get to. That was one of his earlier ones, right?
So,
what's your general feeling about this?
I enjoy this film mainly because it's cheesy as hell and it makes no sense. But it's funny. No everyone looks like they're having fun while they're making it. So.
Indeed, it was kind of a bit of cultural appropriation, making
Japanese
god of lightning
into Christopher Lambert.
Who's in full chuckling mode.
Yeah.
What's that line he keeps saying? I don't think so, isn't it?
Yeah.
I quite like some of the casting. It made no sense. I think the standout for me, the most memorable, was probably the woman playing Sonya Blade. I thought she was really good, actually.
I quite liked, what's his name, Shang Tsung. This constant, your soul is mine, mugging for the camera.
Was properly camping it up. But there was a few others that are kind of fun. And I don't know the game that well, but they're all characters from the game, right?
Yeah,
pretty much. I know Lil Raiden is definitely in it, but I wasn't sure about the rest. And we also get, apart from as a non-actor, a model. In fact, the four-armed guy whose name I can't remember.
Goro.
Okay, he's in it, and that was a great model.
That's a Stan Winston model.
Great model.
Voiced by Frank Welker. So.
Yeah. Okay. I really.
Oh no! Wait. Frank Welker was his roaring, and Kevin Michael Richardson was his talking.
So a different actor for roaring. Okay.
Yeah. Frank Welker basically just exists to do Fred from Scooby-Doo, Megatron, and roaring effects. So he's also the lions in Lion King. Every single lion roar is him. So.
Wow. How about that? Okay. So we get various characters: Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, Louis Kang, is it?
Yeah, Liu Kang.
And so on. We see some other characters that are famous from Mortal Kombat, such as Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero turn up in basically non-speaking roles. They're both under mind control, and they're sort of their whole subplot from the games of Scorpion basically wants to kill Sub-Zero for killing his clan. Doesn't come up. It's briefly mentioned. It's like, oh, they're rivals. It's just I've got complete mind control over them, so they're not fighting.
Yeah, so that avoids that thing.
Actually interact. So.
Yeah, we also get a CGI monster called Reptile, which was okay for the time. Just about. Okay, it was a bit weightless.
This after Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I mean Jurassic Park did it well because they used animatronics, didn't they? In this, do they? They don't use animatronics at all for this thing, do they?
Not for Reptile. They did for Goro, but Reptile gets pulled into a statue and turned into a third ninja.
Yeah,
which is a joke in that he was originally just a green ninja called Reptile, and then they made him into a lizard man in the games.
Yeah, and they kind of propagated. Oh, in the games they made it into a reptile. Is that what you said? Yeah. Oh, that explains why it's a reptile in the second film. In the other film, we're going to come back to.
Yeah. They didn't make him into a reptile because of this. He was always a lizard man, but it's just he looked human for the most part, and then in later games he became just a lizard that occasionally looks like a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Okay, I'm not sure what rating this was, but it wasn't that brutal, was it? Really?
Like a 12.
Yeah, it felt like that.
It felt 18 sort of thing.
Yeah. And it had elements. Christopher Lambert was evoking Highlander a bit.
He was evoking Highlander, but not as the Highlander. He was
Ramirez, right?
He'd show up and then he'd ramble on for a bit. He'd say something inappropriate, apologize, and then disappear again. And then towards the end, it was like, I've taught you everything you need to know. And it's like, you didn't teach him anything. So
yeah, didn't teach him nothing. Interestingly, it came out 3 years after the first game. So I thought the game was older. I thought the game was more...
No, it's like it was originally like an arcade game, but it was Super NES sort of era, which is early 90s sort of thing.
Yeah, I do remember the arcade game, and I thought that was more like late 80s, but there you go. It came out on August the 18th, 1995. Mixed reviews, fair enough. Yeah. And people were moaning about the toned down violence. Yeah, it did need a bit more violence for it to work better, I would have said. But fair enough. It made back its money. In fact, more so. It made 122 million on 18 million budget. And a sequel called Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
The Mortal Kombat Annihilation is mental. They replaced all the actors except Liu Kang and Katana. It's wild. And they just pretend like nothing's happened.
Is it any good? Because it failed at the box office.
No, I know it failed. It's good and fun to watch, but that's about it. So
there was an animated sequel called Defenders of the Realm, which I've not even heard of, never mind about seen, and a live action prequel called Conquest, Mortal Kombat Conquest, which again don't know what that's like. I thought there was a TV show too. I must be dreaming. So it goes on about basically the premises, and I think this is the same premise in both films. The Outworld has won this big tournament called Mortal Kombat 9 times in a row. And if you win 10 times in a row, you win the dominion over the dimensional fight. So
it's basically a way to keep the more powerful elements from both factions out of actual warfare, which may destroy things on a far greater scale. So that's why Raiden kind of hangs out and doesn't do anything, because he's one of those super powerful beings. He could win the tournament flat out, but that would invite the powerful characters from Outworld to attack in response, and that just causes so much damage. So they rely on a proxy war almost.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense. And there's a talk of them being the Elder Gods. They're referred to as the Elder Gods, which is a bit.
They do show up in the sequel. Like some other Elder Gods show up.
Oh, okay.
They don't do it. but they're there. So
yeah, so if they lose the tournament one more time, Earth can be conquered by the Outworld force.
10 times in a row, they specify.
10 times in a row. And they've already won 9. So it's a kind of gathering. It's putting the band back together kind of vibe in the first half, and it's not the most memorable half. It's okay though. It's okay. Nah. There's this monk Louis Kang, Johnny Cage, a movie star who's an action movie star, wants to prove himself, and then this military woman Sonya Blade. Raiden has chosen these. He's selected out the Elder Gods as the defender of Earthrealm, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's picked these guys to be in the tournament, and each of them has got their own reasons, isn't there? The monk has the host.
Shang Tsung stole his brother's soul. So
Shang Tsung is the one who wants to take
he's
over
leading the Outworld faction, as it were.
And he's got this ability to absorb the souls of warriors and grow stronger as well. So that's the thing, right? Sonya wants revenge on a crime boss called Kado for murdering someone in a platoon. Yeah. And Cage just wants to prove he can fight.
Cage is like a promotion.
Which is ridiculous, right? But,
which is also like his motivation in the games.
But wow.
Everything to do with Johnny Cage is silly. That's kind of his shtick.
So they all end up at Shang Tsung's island, right? And they various fights happen. There's
literally they demonstrate that like Sub-Zero has superpowers, and it's basically implied but not stated that like the rest of the Outworld fighters have superpowers as well. It's just sort of like hey, you're gonna lose. Let's just get this over with.
Yeah,
and we cut to fight after fight after fight where the good guys keep winning.
So also we see Reptile spying on them and being caught, but then somehow morphing into like is he stone or is he just a body?
This is at the end. He gets like pulled into a statue.
That's it.
And when they sort of like go to Outworld for a bit, and is
that what happens?
Yeah, it's like they go because Shang Tsung kidnaps Sonya, and then yanks her to Outworld so that he can beat her and win the tournament. Then Liu Kang and Johnny follow them, and Reptile attacks then. So
yeah. So I didn't quite follow what was going on. I got to be honest.
It's not the easiest thing. So.
I thought wherever they were just kind of kept changing, even though they're in the same place. I didn't quite realise. Okay. I liked some of the Sub-Zero fights. That was kind of cool. And the fights are okay.
Ed Boon, who's like the guy behind Mortal Kombat. He's one of the guys behind Mortal Kombat, and he does all the original sort of "get over here" fatality sort of sounds. From he is the voice of Scorpion, so it's like the actual voice actor doing it. So
now, if I remember right, in this film they misuse some of the game quotes, don't they? Like flawless victory when it isn't a flawless
victory, which is when you win without getting hit. But they trade blows like for 10 minutes, and then it's like flawless victory. It's like, no, you didn't, buddy.
No. I think I'm not really don't want to go into the details too much. Really, this was just a fun film.
It's fun. It's a good like drink along to the stupid stuff film.
Yeah, I think I couldn't help but compare it to Street Fighter, which I thought was more campy. Actually, because of the villain. I think Raul Julia just makes a much better villain than the guy is, which helps it a bit. But I quite like Christopher Lambert's stuff. Even though he didn't fight, he was kind of cool, and I quite liked his effects. Actually.
Yeah, his like lightning.
So. Yeah, that was kind of cool. And there's a lot of drama and all this, but basically we're there for the fighting and the brutality, which is not that strong. I like the fight with the forearm thing.
Goro was pretty good.
Yeah, Goro.
Johnny Cage was the only one to actually bust out their proper fatality.
Yes.
So he like destroyed Goro in a fight and then drops a signed photo onto him. That's one of his fatalities. He kills you and then just drops a signed photo on you.
And I quite liked the end where some big figure turned up, didn't it? And so
that was Shao Kahn, who's the Emperor of Outworld. They mentioned him like a couple of times.
Yeah. Oh, they mentioned him by name. I missed that.
They don't mention him by name, but they do say the Emperor of Outworld, which is Shao Kahn. So.
Yeah, and all the fighters do a pose, and Raiden's like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So, fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was lightweight. It was fun. I really not much more to say about it. It was reasonably well choreographed fights. They were just a bit bloodless and less intense.
It was very tame. It's kind of clear because, like Mortal Kombat, of course, it being a super violent, super over the top game, very popular with kids. So they had to be thinking, well, it's very popular with kids. We've got to get kids in the seats. So
fair enough. It was designed to be more like kiddie friendly, this film. Okay. Yeah, well, it did well, so yeah, fair enough. Okay. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a strong -7, -8 sort of thing.
Right, and on your scale, that means you liked it, but
it wasn't good. So.
But it was bad. Yeah, that's what it means. I'll give it a 6. I thought it was okay.
I'll explain my scale again. So if it's in the higher the number, the more entertaining it was. If it's a 0, it's the worst it could possibly be. So
yeah, it's just bad, right? So as long as it isn't around the 0s and 1s, it's or if it's 5 one way or -5 or less, if the number's bigger, it's better, right? Basically. So yeah, I'll give it a straight 6. It was okay. That's what I'll say about that. Which brings us to the second one. This one's way more contemporary. It's this year, 2021, Mortal Kombat. Less cultural appropriation going on.
They actually got actors that were Japanese, Chinese, and such to play Japanese and Chinese characters.
And interesting, in the subtitled parts, they actually had some Chinese and Japanese.
They bracketed it and said, this is Chinese, and there's a bit where a Japanese guy goes, I can't understand what you're saying, but I'm going to kill you.
That. Nice. So, again, we get Sonya Blade. We get a character who was in the first one, but more as a crime boss than anything. Kano. It was a lot of fun. We get Sub-Zero, Lord Raiden again.
Raiden. We get Scorpion, referred to by his actual name as Hanzo Hazashi. Shang Tsung shows up. Liu Kang and Kung Lao show up. You got Melina Nitara, which is a weird addition. So.
Oh yeah, there were some weird old fighters in this that I quite liked.
Nitara and Reiko, I don't think have actually been in a game for at least 10 years. So
interesting. So this is a reboot. It's not a sequel or anything like that. It's a complete reboot. They're just trying again. This I like this. This was brutal.
Yeah, they did not pull punches.
And there was a couple of kills.
Jax, who he actually shows up in the sequel to the previous one we were talking about.
Okay.
He has robot arms in the games, and they never really explain it. Yeah. But in this, Scorpion grabs him by both fists as he's throwing punches and just freezes his arms and then snaps them off.
And you think, I thought he died at that point, but they actually put these weedy little robot arms, which somehow evolve into good arms once he gets his confidence in them. And there's this plot, which I think is specific to this film, where a marking appears on them if they're worthy to fight.
That's exclusive to this film. So
yeah. And it's the Mortal Kombat sign, we all know, the dragon's head kind of sign. And it appears almost like a tattoo. It just races out of the body.
Yeah. Well, it's not even like a tattoo. It looks like a mole of some kind.
Yeah, it's almost like they were born to fight. And we see one guy who, what's his name? He's basically like an MMA fighter fighting for $200 a time.
Yeah, he's an original character for this.
Okay.
This he's not in any of the games so far. I mean, they might add him as like a DLC character in the others, but
yeah, but he has got the marking and he can fight. And we got a few others. We get Kano is like a good bad guy, isn't he? He's a real mouthy mercenary type Australian who's got the marking because he killed someone else who had it, and as soon as you kill someone who's had it, you get the marking, right? That's how that works. That's how Kano got it, but he's a right dickhead. And Sonya Blade has hunted him down for some reason. Okay, is it because he killed one of her squad?
So Jax accidentally got his chasing down someone in South America, I think they say, and then they started following up on what it was.
Oh yeah, Sonya and Jax.
They found out that Kano had one.
Yeah.
So they chased him down, I guess, with the intention of either convincing him to work for them, which he sort of does, or killing him if needs be. So.
Yeah, I mean, Sonya Blade's got him tied up, and he's like cursing her and all sorts. But he really doesn't give a crap. Anyway.
Yeah.
They kind of get
the like references to the games, really, as it were. He says all the lines.
He says all the lines. Yeah. He makes the film interesting because he's funny. He's a reverend, well, not a reverend. That's too weak a word for it. He does not give a crap, really.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care about any of them. Meanwhile, we see little Raiden kind of gathering them, and they've got to prepare. So part of the work is preparing, and they've got to figure out what their special power is. So there's they
call it Arcana, but it's their superpowers. And so Liu Kang demonstrates his as fire, and then Kung Lao shows up, and his is like his hat is like he can remote control it, and it's got a razor. It's super Odd Job, is what it is.
Yeah, it's Odd Job on steroids.
But he can also like teleport through holes in the ground.
He
like pops out of the ground, and it's like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, his hat is almost a bit Captain America shieldy, but with a razor's edge. That's kind of. It's a bit like, and the other guy who's recruiting him can produce fireballs.
He can,
Basically, by trauma or pain or some mechanism, they need to precipitate out what the special powers of each fighter is.
So they really piss off Kano by just shit talking him completely, and that gives him a laser eye.
His eye shoots lasers, yeah.
And the other characters can't unlock theirs. But, Shang Tsung attacks in the middle of their training and convinces Kano. Well, he gets a guy who used to work with Kano called Cabal, and he gets him to convince Kano to switch sides.
Yeah.
So he lets them all into Raiden's palace, and they start.
So Raiden's got a big special shield, like an energy shield protecting the palace, so it can't be attacked. But Kano brings it down, really. Right. Meanwhile, also, it has to be said, Cole Young's kind of says, I can't do this. I can't. So he goes back to his family.
He's not like as skilled as most of the others, so he goes back to his family and gets attacked by Goro, who shows up.
I really like this section. This was really cool.
Just beating up on him.
Yeah, this was. Was it just CGI? Because it looked like model work.
There might be model work hands.
It was very good though.
Yeah. There's definitely good reference, like work being done. So, like it didn't feel weird, and it didn't seem like in like Space Jam where it's like really obvious that Michael Jordan's not interacting with anything. He's just like in an empty room.
No,
I did get that from this.
No, not at all. I really like the fight, but during this fight he's losing. But
he unlocks his Arcana, which is like a suit of armor that can redirect energy.
Yeah, that grows over him. He basically, once his family gets threatened, that's precipitation. That's the triggering thing. They thought it was pain, but it's actually threat to his family. And he grows his suit, which can absorb energy and make him and protect him. Right? It's like a metal.
It's like
I don't know. It's not like chainmail.
Wire.
It's almost like muscles if you strip the skin away, but all over his body.
Yeah, it's like threaded metal wire.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And it's also got the Mortal Kombat logo on his chest. Conveniently, it also looks very similar to the metal like handle of Scorpion's blade as he's forging it in Hell, which we see. So.
Yeah, we do.
We skipped over the whole like prologue
bit, didn't we?
Yeah, which was one of the best bits.
Really good. It was really good. Yes, you are right. Basically, Sub-Zero turns up to assassinate these. I think they're a rival clan, led by Hanzo Hasashi.
It's the Lin Kuei is Sub-Zero's clan, and the Shirai Ryu is Hanzo Hasashi's.
Okay. So and he also takes out Hanzo's wife and son. Hanzo kills everyone apart from.
Hanzo slaughters people. He just
brutal. This is
puts a kunai on like a rope and just starts swinging it around, and it becomes an absolute buzzsaw.
Yeah, but I should have mentioned Raiden saves his infant daughter. His son dies and his wife dies, but Raiden picks up the daughter and takes her.
With her.
Well, you see him find her basically. And smile. So again, the story is these tournaments been happening. The Outworld has won 9 out of 10, so they've got to say they've the 10th. But Shang Tsung, what's his name? How do you pronounce it? Shang Tsung doesn't want to wait for the tournament. He wants to sort of take out all of the potential fighters before the tournament even begins, which is why. This attack is happening, which is an interesting premise. We don't get formal fights as such, do we? Everyone's fighting.
No. He's trying to subvert Mortal Kombat, where he's trying to get the fights done so that there's no defenders of Earth when the tournament comes around, so that he auto wins. So
yeah, and everyone has a bit of I can't get my power. The guy with the arms in fight, has to fight a bloke with a big hammer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And his arms sort of grow more powerful during the fight.
Well, no, he has to lift a boulder off of Sonya.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And the arms power up, and it's like, oh yeah, these fuckers work.
Yeah, he does say that. Yeah, these work. When he squashes Goro's head.
No, it's not Goro's. It's what's his name? It's Reiko's.
Okay.
So,
yeah. And I have to say, some of that once they get in the temple and the fighting kicks off, there's this weird winged woman with
that's Natara. She doesn't do much. She basically shows up for this and then gets killed straight away by Kung Lao.
Yeah, and I like when she turns up, Shang Tsung says, isn't she beautiful? And Cabal goes, yeah, the screech is a real turn on.
Yeah, Cabal and Kano are like maximum shit talkers.
Yes. And there's some cool fights throughout, and basically one person is paired with another person. Apart from near the end, 2 of them are fighting Sub-Zero, but Sub-Zero is too powerful.
Yeah. Really. Well, no, so it starts off with them all fighting 1-on-1, and then Sub-Zero shows up and reveals that he kidnaps Cole's family, and Cole rushes after him, and he cuts off access between them.
Yeah,
they're fighting in Cole's old MMA arena. So it's all been frozen over, and it's like
which I didn't recognise until the end when it had fallen out. It's like it's back there. Also, it has to be said, Raiden has given him the knife of his ancestor. Oh, we find out this guy's an ancestor of Hanzo, right?
He's a descendant of Hanzo.
A descendant. Hanzo's the ancestor. Giving him a knife, and it contains the blood of someone. I can't remember.
It's the knife that Sub-Zero used to kill Hanzo. So it's infused with his anger or whatever. Right. I don't really understand it. But then the second he uses it on Sub-Zero, Scorpion shows up and it starts playing the theme, and every problem I had with this film is gone because it's awesome. So
it is awesome. I have to say, I've not got a problem with this film. I thought it was pretty good from start to finish. The second half was better, but it was still pretty good. I really like the section where Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight, and some of the lines were awesome. I have come from hell to beat you.
Dragged my way out of hell to kill you. It's
really cool. And meanwhile,
they actually use fatalities in this. It's not just Johnny Cage. Scorpion gets to use his fire breath fatality. Jax uses his super clap fatality. It's awesome.
Oh, and I have to say, there's a bit where the guy with a hat takes out the winged woman.
Yeah, that's another fatality.
Totally brutally, and he says, "Flawless victory."
Which it kind of is in that case. He's kind of right.
But he annoys Shang. Yeah, I'm confused. This Shang Tsung is not an elder god then. He's just very powerful.
He's just a wizard.
Because he can get involved in a way Raiden can't. So I was a bit confused by that. So
it's more a case of, I got attacked directly, so I can now fight this one guy. So he just grabs Kung Lao and sucks his soul out.
Yes, he does. Now Sonya also fights Kano, doesn't she?
Yeah, she fights and kills Kano. She gets the mark, and she immediately unlocks her Arcana, which she uses to blow a hole in Melina.
Which is amazing. Again, so brutal.
Straight away.
So brutal. So yeah, it's very cool. That's like really say this. There's a very satisfactory ending. We see how Hanzo and Sub-Zero, how their interaction winds up. And Hanzo thanks Cole, his descendant, for helping him and taking care of the bloodline.
He fades back to hell. But at the end, Shang Tsung shows up and he starts shit talking again. Raiden just blasts him away, but you do see the dead bodies of the Shang Tsung's fighters being sucked into this creeping shadow thing that he's got.
Yeah, so it's they could well be back.
It's coming
right?
back. So if there's a sequel, they're going to come back because they're all famous characters, and I reckon that Kano is gonna, because he got his face slashed open by Reptile, who we forgot to mention is also this, and he Kano rips out his heart and he does the Kano wins sort of thing.
Yeah.
So he gets slashed, and then Sonya stabs him in the face with a fan, and that kills him.
Yes.
So he's gonna be back, and he's gonna have his robot cyborg editions.
Yeah, his face, the robot face, and this stuff. I think this film did pretty well. I'm trying to read up.
Yeah.
It's obviously COVID affected it.
Definitely. Looks like it. 55 million, made 83.6 million.
And probably got less costing marketing these days. So that's probably
there's nothing to market on. No one's going to cinemas, and no one's really going enough to see billboards. So
so hopefully we'll see a sequel. I would like to.
I really want to see a sequel. I need to show you Mortal Kombat Rebirth, I think it was. They made a gritty, realistic one that was actually quite good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, interestingly, wherever depending where you look, it hasn't got high ratings, or it's got high ratings. It's Rotten Tomatoes 55%, which sounds pretty poor. But in other places, it's got B+. It's rated. It's recognised as basically a B movie. But it's still a pretty good one, It's one of those. In many ways, there's a lot of films out now. It's almost like we've got the vibe in the current filmmaking since about 2015 of the 80s in terms of knocking off decent but B-movie actioners, right? Yeah. And this is in that school. And I appreciate it. It's really cool. I guess top of the heap is stuff like John Wick, but there's loads of films just like that, which are pretty fun. And this is one of those, I'd say. So, apparently there was some talk of Scott Adkins being playing Cage, but that would have been all right too.
And the ending has a stinger where they basically say they're going to go and find Johnny Cage. So
there's a hint they're going to find Johnny Cage. Whoever plays him will be kind of. So yes. If there is a sequel, it will involve Johnny Cage. I think it's fairly clear that's the way it's going to be, because this is I'm going to Hollywood, doesn't it, and all this. Fun film. What would you give this out of your rating system?
See, I'm not 100% sure, because it was a good film, but it was also fairly hokey. So I'm going to put this at a 7 or an 8 in the positives. So
I'd give it a 7. But it's bordering 8 for me, but it's not quite there. I think it's a 7 for me. But I really quite enjoyed it, and it was definitely worth watching. And I probably will watch it again, more so than the first film. I might watch the first film again, but I think I enjoyed this movie better because it was more gritty and violent, which is what the material really needs, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I quite like this. So, good one. Okay, I think we'll... any last thoughts before we go?
Not really. Can't think of anything.
Let's wind out there then. So, bye from me.
Bye.